Welcome everybody back to Developer Diary Day 5. So, today we're going to be animating our door and getting it ready to go. Haven't quite got everything else in place that we need for the exit quite yet. So we'll just animate the door, and I've got something in level 2 that I want to get your opinion on. So look forward to that. By the way, this is take 2 of day 5. Idiot forgot to turn my microphone on, record the entire thing. Got out, looked, and I hadn't recorded any audio at all. So, unless y'all are lip readers, it wouldn't have done you much good. So, I'm back here to re-record this. Anyway, let's move forward. Day 1, we covered, how I place objects in the scene. Told you a little bit of my favorite assets. Went on off. We kind of nervous, kind of wrecked that day. So day 2, we had a lot of fun creating that jump scare. We didn't quite finish it. I finished it up for you, showed it to you day 3, but had some funny moments at day 2 when we went into scripting. Then we're going to do some scripting today, very small scripting, but still definitely going to have some fun with that. As for day 3, we went through and we created a funnel for our player. Kind of keep our player in kind of the area we want, and so that we don't have, them looking over here and the jump scare coming at them over here. That just doesn't work. So we did that. I showed you some of my setups from day 1 and how I expanded on that. Now day 4, yesterday we did a little bit of drew a blank. Hold on. Yesterday in day 4 we worked on the exit and a little bit. We didn't get too far with it. Kind of a short day yesterday. But we brought the stone door in. We opened up a little exit area for the player. I told you a little bit about my plans, and we're going to work more on that here in a minute when we go to Unity. First off, I need y'all to like the video. I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. I need y'all to comment below, especially coming up when we get to the door animated. We're going to go to level 2, and I want to show you something, a plan that I have to improve that level and whatnot. And I need your comments. I need your feedback. I want you to tell me what you think, so that we can find out if it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea, what y'all think. So comment for that. Comment about the video, whatever. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, and go check out my website. By the way, I'm going to show you that here in just a minute when I go to the screen view. After this introduction, I'm going to show you that website briefly before we get to work today. So, without further ado, this is Development Diary, Day 5. Let's roll it! Welcome back, everybody, to Day 5 of my Development Diaries. And I told you we'd take a quick look at my website, so this is it. I know you probably can't see the writing in the right-hand corner up there because my big head's in the way. But this is the website. This is what she looks like. I've got some videos, my recent posts about videos. Each one has, you can see, has the thumbnail, the video, a uh, little brief spiel about the video and whatnot, and you get all my links: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, which you need to subscribe to if you're not already. My itch, where my game is. It's also on Game Jolt, but they didn't have that option for this plugin. And my email. I got over here. I got some screenshots that if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen. But so you know, and I did put a post up here on the Deadly Maze, a little background information, and the trailer and whatnot. So you can take a look at all that. Go over here, take a look at it for yourself. Give me some comments on my posts. Interact over there. And share the address with all your friends. Share the YouTube with all your friends. Anyway, let's roll over to a Unity. Unity TT. Oh, don't give me that. Okay. So see here I have the animator open. And you'll see it looks a little bit different from yesterday. And that's because I explained in the first video, but you couldn't hear me. So the way we're setting this up in the game, this door is going to start in the closed position, not the open position. So we kind of had it backwards yesterday. Or I kind of had it backwards yesterday. So we started in the closed position because we want them to go into the room over here, flip the switch, open the door. Once they open the door, they go in and they trigger a trap that shuts them in. Indiana Jones style. You go through all that effort to open the door, and then it closes right back on you. Well, go figure, right? Okay, so anywho, I flip-flopped all that around. Basically, I just flip-flopped these two around and changed this to open instead of close, so that we have our universal, thing here. So now, I did animate the door, but I deleted all the keyframes so that we could reanimate it so that you could see it. It's not a difficult animation, so it's not like I went through an hour's worth of work to do it, so not a big deal. So anyway, we've got our door, closed position. That's where we want it at. So what we want to do is we want to go to the open. Okay? And then we're going to go to keyframe 140. So that it doesn't just fly open really fast. Gradual open, gradual close. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just hit this record button. And then we're going to take this and we're going to go up with it. And we're going to go up some more. About there is good, right? So that you can slide in underneath that, okay? You can get into here. All right? So all open, all good. Stop recording, and then we're going to look at it. We're going to go, woo! See? It opens. It opens. It opens. It opens again. Oh, stop. I'm going to get crazy here. I'm telling you. I got to be careful. Okay, so. Now, here's the kicker. Before we switch to close, you come over here. We need to find our last keyframe. Final keyframe right there. Alright? So, we need to look at the position. We're going to copy that. Right? And now we can go to close. And at keyframe 0, we hit record. We make a note of that 2.33 because that's where we want when it finishes. Control V that. So it starts at the same position as when it was open, so we don't have any chip choppy. And then we will go to that same 140 and we will type in that 2.33 and enter, and now we stop recording and we play. Now it closes smoothly, right? Now, keep in mind that it does close at the same rate. However, when we go in here to actually uh, uh, get the animation to work with our other scripts, which we won't be able to do today, when we go in there and do that, what's going to happen is we're going to step up the 2 times or 3 times on the closing because we want to close faster. We want to close at the same rate, the same kind of positioning, but we want to close faster. So we're going to double or triple that so it closes faster, so the player can't trigger the trap and then run back out, because that won't do us any good. That won't do them any good anyway, because they won't be able to activate what they need to activate to open the door and get the key. Okay? Okay. So, here's where we go. Now what we need to do is we need to add a script to this, which it already has on it. I'm getting rid of that in a second. We need to add a script to this door so that it goes up and down, or so that we can call the Boolean value to make it go up and go down. Okay, so we're gonna use a static bool, and it's a very simple script. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to remove component. I'm going to add component. I'm going to get a new script, and we're going to call this SD animate. I called it animator before, but I'm not going to delete that whole file. So we're going to create an ad, create an ad, create an ad. We're going to create an ad. And we're going to go to edit script. We need to edit the script and wait for Visual Studio to load. Nope, not going there. I'm not going there. Anywho, simple script. Whenever you're scripting a door, you want simple. You just want up, down. You only need one Boolean value to control it, true and false, and you're set. So that's what we're going to do. Very simple script. This script doesn't actually do anything except call the animator, because we need to keep that on the object. And we cannot call the animator from another object. Well, we probably can, but I'm not good enough to do that yet. So, easiest way to do it is to put this script on there where the animator is, call the animator from there, use a static Boolean value to do what we need to do, and then just call that Boolean value from another script to activate it. Easiest way to do it. That's the way I've done it throughout all the time I've been doing this game. Okay, so now we are up and running in Visual Studio, my favorite program. Okay, so if you remember correctly, the last time we were in Visual Studio was day 2, and it got a little bit hilarious. So look out. Why am I deleting that? Why am I deleting that one tick at a time, for crying out loud? Hey, now highlight what I want you to highlight. Alright, so we get rid of that. Entra. Now, you may remember the last time we did scripting, I took away our start and our update. Not doing that today because we need those there. We're actually going to use them. It's a miracle. Okay, so first thing we need to do, everybody say it together. Call our values. Did I say values? Call our variables. Blah. Okay. So, first off and foremost, we need a static bool. So we're going to call public static boolean or bool, and we're going to call it open sesame. No, we're just going to call it open D for open door. Voila. Poof. Done. Next, we're going to call our animator. Here, animator, animator, animator. And we're going to call our animator door anim. Door anim. Now we go down to the start, and we need to call door anim. Here, door anim. And it's going to be a get component, little less than sign, and then we're going to put animator, or, there we go. And then we go parentheses, semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon. Number one rule of scripting. Do not forget the semicolon. Don't do it. Unless, of course, it doesn't require a semicolon, unless, of course, you need curly braces for an if statement. We're not going there. Anywho, now we need to create what is called an if-else statement. And if you know anything about programming, you'll know what that is. If you're just watching this video for the fun of it, to see how I do this behind the scenes and just kind of intrigued and not really knowing what's going on, an if-else statement is basically just like what your mom used to tell you. If you clean your room, you can go outside, or else you're going to get whooped. Okay? So basically it's if this is true, do this. Else, do this. So if it's true, you do this. Else, if it's false, you do this. Okay? Simple. So if open underscore D. So if open underscore D is true, and we put our curly braces in. One second. Under here, just to be on the safe side, I know it always starts out, every Boolean always starts out as false. But I just want to make sure, so I'm going to call it false from the start so that we don't have any interference. Jeez, I can't even talk. Okay, so if open D is true, which it is currently not because it starts out as false, and it will not change on its own. You must actually change it from another script or from this script. And we have it. So it's false. So this is safe. We're not going to have it open on us automatically. So if open D is true, then we need to set the open SD to true in our animator. So we go to door anim dot set bool, and we're going to put some quotation marks in there. We're going to say open underscore SD, and we're going to come over here, comma, and we're going to set that to true. Curly, not curly, semicolon. Don't forget the semicolon. And then we just go down here and we're going to say else, or else, mister. Door anim dot set bool, and we quotation mark again, open. See, it's the same one, same variable, just a different state, false. So if open D is true, you're going to set the Boolean value in the animator to true, which triggers that transition to the open animation, which opens the door. If, in fact, it is false, then you are going to set that Boolean value to false. Now, in the current state and idle, it doesn't matter because there's no transition for false. So it ain't going to do anything until it's set to true. However, once it's set to true, and we're in the open state, then when that gets set to false, it goes to a transition and triggers to close. And then from close, you can trigger the transition back to open, and such on and so forth. Back and forth, back and forth. All set. This is ready to go. Now we need to get the scripts ready for the other part of it to actually activate this. And we're going to do that tomorrow because it's a long, involved process, and I can't get into it tonight. I don't have everything set up right yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this, and then we're going to go to level 2, and I'm going to take a look at this. Level dos. Actually, that's 4 because I'm using both hands. But let's not get technical. Okay, so already environment, maze 2. Oh, save. Absolutely slave. Save, not slave. Blech, I can't even talk. What's wrong with me? Alright, so. Don't make fun of my squeaky voice. Leave me alone. Alright, so. We are on level 2. Now, here's the issue, okay? Big shout out to Katie Fu, first of all, YouTuber. Her link to her YouTube account is up here in the info cards. So go check her out, subscribe to her channel. She did a run through of the Deadly Maze in an earlier iteration of the Deadly Maze. And when she was running through it, she got to level 2, and it was basically just she took the right turn right off the bat and ended up at the exit without ever doing like 75 to 80% of the jump scares in the level. Okay, so long story short, I want to make sure that we get those jump scares integrated and people see them. Okay, I've worked really hard to put them in there. I want people to see them. So I've come up with an idea that's going to kind of help keep the flow moving. And I want your opinion, okay? So you're going to have to interact. Comment. Comment below. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below. Tell me what you think of this idea. Okay? It's a really cool idea. Okay? So a little backstory on the Deadly Maze, okay? Little backstory. So this mad scientist, doctor of holography guy, long story short, his house is haunted. He's getting scared. He can't take it anymore. He wants to not be scared anymore. He knows he can't get rid of the ghosts. He knows he can't get rid of the haunting. So he's trying to figure out the human fear response and figure out why some people can control their fear and others can't. And he's doing all this research, and he set up this big maze with everything in his disposal, all his holographic knowledge to scare the ever-loving bejeebies out of people. And that's where you're at. So in a controlled environment like that, he's going to want to funnel the subject to where he wants. And so within the context of the game, I think I can get away with what I'm about to do and not really make people angry. So basically right now, if we come to over here to the start, right? Okay, so if we come to the start, you come out here, and then if you want to go to the exit, straight away you go just like that. And you get there from there, and there's really nowhere else that you can go. However, over here, I've got this room here that's set up with 2 jump scares, and I've got over here that's set up with one of my best jump scares that I don't want people to miss. So what I'm thinking of doing is put a lever here, and maybe come over here, and put that over here to this area. So put a gate up like right here. So in order to go through here, you have to go all the way down there and trigger that lever. Now, you don't technically have to go in that other room with those other jump scares, but while you're down there, you're probably going to end up in that room anyway, hopefully. And even if you don't, you just miss that jump scare. And then, you know, want to come in here, if you come out here, there's another room up here that I'll put a lever in to trigger this one so that you can't go through there until you go to there. Basically, kind of moving the player through a predetermined course of action. And yeah, and it's kind of, you know, you want to give them options. It is a maze. You want them to have options, and if they can find the path out faster, fine, it's great. But at the same time, you don't want somebody to come along. I don't want somebody to come along and play the game that just rushes to the end and misses all the good stuff in between, and then they think the game's a piece of junk because they didn't get to see and get that immersion. Now, I solved that in level 1 by making it so that in order for you to spawn the key, you pretty much have to activate most of the jump scares in order to trigger that response. So I can't do that here, so this is my solution. I want to know what you all think, so post the comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'll read off some of those comments if there's any comments till tomorrow. I'll read them off then. If not, I'll read them off on the final video. And I will keep going through those comments, and we'll see if we can agree. But anyway, so give me a like, hit that subscribe button, go check out the rest of the days of the Developer Diary if you haven't already, day 1 through 4, now 5. Check those out. Like those, comment on those. Go to my website, give me some comments up there. Email me if you have any questions, any concerns, or if you just want to talk about horror gaming in general. You know, I'm here. I'm ready to engage and to get some ideas from you guys and to throw out some of the best games I can possibly throw out. My goal is to have games that you guys love so much that you just can't stop playing them. And when that happens, that's going to make me feel fulfilled because that's my goal. That's what I want to do. I want to entertain you with these videos. I want to give you some of the best games out there for horror genre, and I want you guys to enjoy what I'm creating, whether it be my videos, whether it be my games. I want you to enjoy it. So if you're not, you need to let me know, and maybe I could fix it so that you are. Okay? I'm at your mercy. If you don't tell me what you don't like, I can't fix it. So definitely engage. Like the video, subscribe, and check out Katie Foo's channel. Check out my other videos. And tomorrow we will be back for day 6 of our Developer Diary series. And I will be back on day 7, even though it's the eve of Thanksgiving, to finish the series off. And then Thanksgiving Day, of course, Turkey Day here in the States. I'm taking my family over to my mom's house. We're going to have a turkey dinner and be thankful. And then Friday, it's Black Friday in the United States, and I work in retail, so I'm taking that day off too from videos because I'm going to be tired when I get home. But Saturday, I'll probably be uploading. I will be uploading something. Not sure yet what, but you'll find out. Keep an eye on the channel. So, for the moment, for this moment, until tomorrow, this is Patrick with Horrorfied Gaming, and I'm out!